legacy characters.
Yeah, kind of. I'm not as enthralled with MacGruber as a lot of other people are. I think it was funny one or two times.
I like the movie. I watched the series. It kind of gets it's the same joke again. And
yeah,
again, and it just kind of gets.
I like Will Forte a lot. I mean, you'll hear his voice pop up in a lot of cartoons that are on, and I think he's very funny. But he does so much weird, absurdist stuff. I thought that they would have done more of that. And he kept calling the band Monaskin.
Yeah.
I think they're Monaskin.
Yeah,
You'd think somebody would have told them.
I guess you won't be asked back. I did like the...
Lorne stands up with Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, that was funny.
In the monologue.
Willem Dafoe is a terrifying-looking man.
He's craggy. Mm-hmm. The word craggy was invented to describe Willem Dafoe.
But I really enjoyed the fact that Pete Davidson and Colin Jost bought a boat and did the guy that just bought a boat sketch, but they bought the Staten Island ferry.
A decommissioned Staten Island ferry named after JFK, yeah.
Which is a weird purchase, but I like it.
They're going to reopen. Yeah, they're going to be club owners. Colin Jost, 6 months into having a kid with Scarlett Johansson, he goes, I got to get out of the house.
Enough of that.
Yeah, enough of that. So the docked ferry, they're going to open as an entertainment venue. Because you forget, Pete Davidson and Colin Jost are both from Staten Island. And Pete Davidson plays into that like, I'm a scumbag from Staten Island. And Colin Jost looks like, he's all scrubbed and clean cut.
We bought a ferry, the windowless van of the sea.
Yes, it's very exciting. We thought the whole thing through.
Yeah, I know even the mayor tweeted about it, which is how I found out we have a new mayor. We're boat people now, Colin. I mean, you always were. You look like, you own the yacht they rent out for rap videos.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. So Jost and Davidson now are not only co-workers. It's funny, I was reading, I'm sure it's clickbait, but I was reading this article about how the NSNL cast members are all pissed off at Pete Davidson. Because ever since he started dating Kim Kardashian, he's like skipping rehearsals.
Stop it.
And even if he is, I mean, clearly they just wheel him in to kind of like play himself.
But Ariana Grande was a bigger star than Kim Kardashian, and they didn't care then. Why do they care now?
Because he's skipping rehearsals.
He wasn't
skipping rehearsals then. They don't care who he dates. They care that he's not showing up for rehearsals.
And also,
I think it's
what
probably
they have to say. Yeah,
right.
I don't know. We don't even know if he's actually skipping any rehearsals.
Correct. Yeah.
They're just saying that he is. He might actually have legitimate excuses not to be at these rehearsals. And also, if he's not in the sketch,
why is he there?
What's he rehearsing?
He doesn't either. He was in one other sketch other than that boat thing. So like he did. And I can't remember who he played. I think he was in the opening sketch.
He was in the cold open where it was Fox News or something.
Yeah.
I don't remember who he played. But.
Can I ask, who would you guys rather, Ariana Grande or Kim Kardashian?
Kim Kardashian, all day.
Wow. Okay.
Ariana Grande looks like she's 10.
She's
super
very
tiny,
small,
bony.
very
Kim Kardashian all day long.
You, Bill?
She got them curves.
Pete Davidson. My career needs the bump.
Right.
Got a kidney cracker is what they say.
I'll go Kardashian too.
Wow, okay.
Are you going Ariana, Cody?
I think I'd probably go with Ariana just because she can hit those high notes while I'm hitting the spots.
What spot? You don't know anything about spots.
Yeah, you don't even know how to hit spots.
Okay.
Exactly.
Well, no one wants to touch my vagina.
Yeah, I'll sit this one out. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, Poundcake, but,
Well,
I'll let you have it.
I think they're both beautiful. They're both beautiful beyond belief. But when we're talking about talent...
No, hitting the spots. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah, like if I was...
They're both hot.
If I was stroking. That's the spots I'm talking about.
I do have a huge penis.
You asked me, and I'm telling you, if I put myself in a straight man's body...
But you're not in a straight man's body.
But you
couldn't even close the deal in Mexico when your stated goal was to lose your hetero virginity with a woman.
And you didn't even try.
Well, the island wasn't that big.
This guy.
It wasn't that big.
Always
wasn't that
excuses.
big.
If it was in Cancun, it would be a different story.
You know what his motto is? Can't somebody else do it?
Right.
No.
Nobody put a naked woman in my bed. What was I supposed to do?
Right.
And even then, he'd be like, well, she was facing the wrong direction.
Pro tip, they're never facing the wrong direction.
Gotta hit the spots from the right angle, though, Alan.
Well, that's up to him. She'll tell him. Ain't no shame in asking questions.
Yeah, women love to tell you.
They love to tell you.
Tell you what?
Whatever they
When
want.
you're not hitting the spot.
There you go.
Have you had women say that?
Sure.
While you're doing it?
Sure.
They'll be like, you're not doing it.
Well, but they
No, they don't
here,
say that. They
do this.
Go,
yeah.
Move a little here, and then go, oh, yeah.
There you go.
Hey,
To the left, to the left, to the right.
If you don't like what I'm doing, tell me.
Now kick,
I will,
now kick.
I will adjust and adapt. That's right.
Nah, walk it by yourself.
when I figured that out, that you could just say what you wanted and men would do it, it was honestly like a second sexual awakening.
Doesn't work so well the other way. Not always. But
Depends
listen.
on the girl and how much rope you got, you know?
Oh my god.
What, girls like to, it's called shibari.
He's got it all figured out.
You never heard of that?
No, you are the porn guy, man. You're the one with the.
It's not porn. This isn't porn. This is art.
Mary, it is a Japanese form of restraining captives, all right? It's not pornographic.
I didn't realize.
It's just tying people up so that they can't move. It is a time-honored Japanese tradition. Think of all the other amazing things sexually that we've gotten from Japanese culture. We've gotten soiled panty vending machines. We've gotten manga. We've gotten tentacle porn. We've gotten shibari.
I thought it wasn't a porn thing.
It's not, but Bill's making it a porn thing.
I didn't make it a porn thing.
Listen, you can make anything a porn thing.
It's not anything that I request them to do. There's just a lot of girls that I've known that like to be restrained. Okay?
So girls show up to your apartment with rope.
No, Mary, they show up with something called a restraining order. All right?
Yeah.
They're not the ones that deliver it. You're idiots.
He's not a paperwork guy.
No, this is more stuff that, like, when I've been in relationships, there's been girls that have been into that. So there has been rope purchased for such events. And then if I don't have the rope because I didn't keep it after I got out of those relationships, a tie will do just fine.
They also like me to purchase lye and a tarp and a shovel, all right? They like them to lie there in the corner of my room.
And I won't just lie there.
You know better!
Not her.
Well, anyway, there you go.
Cody's hitting the spot. That's what we.
Yeah, that's right. He's hitting the spot. And again, no one knows that he wouldn't.
That's true. He might have his first time.
There you go. It's like ghosts. We don't know that they don't exist. There's just no evidence to support that claim.
So
It's a great analogy.
I have a question, and this is a heterosexual question.
This guy's full of questions today.
Yes.
Well,
He's inquisitive.
What have you guys been talking about all day?
Huh?
Is that the question?
No.
That's the heterosexual.
How long has the show been on today, Alan? That's my question.
Anybody watch football this weekend? I heard it was crazy. Where's Mary?
She hasn't been here for a few months.
My question is, if you have a big member, does it automatically feel better when it's like in there if you just let it soak? I guess this would be a question for you, Mary.
What?
Like,
feel better for who? For the
For
woman?
the for the woman, because like, do guys with big members have to do more work, or do guys with little members have to do more work to hit the
Little
spot?
have to do more work.
Because
obviously
you have to feel around for the spot, or does it just like?
Not even about the spot. It's just that it's not. It's not as filling. What would you rather have? Would you rather have a cup of soup for dinner or a steak? Like, what are you?
I just assumed that like guys would.
I think there's a time and a place for both. Can't be having steak every night.
What's the matter with steak soup?
Okay.
Yeah.
No, there's always a nice light option, but it
Oh,
might be the best
light
option.
There's always room for Jell-O. I don't want to be bogged down later on. I don't want to feel too full.
Was just curious.
No, I've been called a bit of a size queen in the past.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a guy who's well endowed, he'll just like put it in there and just let it sit, and they're just like, all right.
Well, I don't know.
But that doesn't do anything for anybody.
No.
Like, that's just
Why would you just sit there and not move?
Because I feel
like movement is kind of the key to the whole thing.
That's how sex works.
Yeah.
it is. You don't just like go in there and just sit and just go to sleep. Yeah.
You just leave it there.
Just
until
put it in
something
there.
Happens?
It's not a doctor's office. You just sit there and flip through a magazine
it
until
in
they
there.
call you.
And I'm like, can you feel that? He's like, yeah. I'm like, great. Now
And
just
then
stand that
fall
angle.
asleep.
Yeah, right.
I'll have a snack, and I'm just like, all right, still there.
You got
There's
chip crumbs
definitely-
on your back.
There's definitely reasons you're single.
Absolutely. I never said there wasn't. I get bored real easily.
Yeah, try moving it.
Guys aren't down.
Yeah.
You don't like my sex.
Yeah, so
The way
just
I
put
do
it in and
sex.
fall asleep.
Yeah.
Guys, this is really boring. I just did it and didn't move.
He's doing it like he's plugging in his phone at night.
Yeah.
Put it in, set it,
Charging,
and
yeah.
This girl is at 8%. I don't know what happened. Hey, Mike is calling us from the west coast of Ohio. What's going on, Mike?
Hey, Alan, hit the show.
Hey, thanks. What's up?
Well, speaking of less filling and restraining orders, it's me, Mike. I wanted to comment on, you guys were just talking about Meatloaf, and I remember you guys read his celebrity net worth. It was just so sad to hear it was only $40 million.
That's what
he was in
Poundcake
so
said.
many. Yeah, he was in so many films, though. He's got residual income out the years. I just don't know where he blew all his cash. I mean, being in, like Meatloaf was in A Christmas Story. He's got Disney money from The Incredibles coming in. I mean, the iconic scene in Wedding Crashers with Will Ferrell. I mean, it's just some of his best work.
I think you're thinking...
Mike, you're talking about the food Meatloaf, aren't you? There's Meatloaf, and if I'm connecting these dots properly, you're talking about the food Meatloaf.
Yeah. I thought we killed it. I thought it's no longer part of American culture.
How would the dish Meatloaf have a net worth of $40 million?
I would think it's even more considering all the appearances in films.
Right. Just it's a classic
And TV shows.
It's a classic piece of culinary Americana, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you're right.
All right, Ellen. I'll let you go. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thanks for letting him go.
There's Mike who's out there. Somebody texted me that Meatloaf was on Cameo. Alan, I had Meatloaf do a cameo in the last 2 weeks, and it was awesome. He called my friend a bat out of hell about 36 times.
Nice.
There you go. I was doing a couple of cameos over the weekend. I'm going to start calling people, now that Meatloaf is out of the way, I'm going to start calling people bats out of hell. Bill's got his cameo get-downs.
Yeah, I do the
custom get-downs. Yeah. I'm going to just start calling people bats out of hell.
Did a lot for Christmas.
Sure.
I don't get as many requests for Valentine's Day.
Oh, you don't? No. Oh, all right.
He loves you, he loves you, he loves you.
There you go, right. Ween soca, ween soca, ween soca. Hey, Paul.
Yeah.
What's going on, Paul?
Hey, listen, first off, that guy who did not know Meatloaf, that's pathetic. That really is. That's horrible. But
I take him at his word.
He knows Meatloaf. He's mentioned it.
I mean, listen, how is it that if you guys say, oh, well, people are mentioning oppression, they're mentioning Germany and all this stuff. Look, I mean, are you guys not even watching what's happening in Australia, Cuba, like that, especially Australia?
Paul, this isn't Australia or Cuba. These were people protesting American policies in Washington, D.C.
Okay, but do you feel masks are someone's right to wear one or choose to not wear one?
If it only affected you, you'd have a point, but it doesn't.
Well, wait.
Hey, Paul, I don't want to talk about this. Paul,
sucks.
I don't want to talk about this.
Who cares?
Yeah, but what study are you just
I don't want to talk about this. Who cares, man?
A study or anything like that.
No, I'm not. You know what? You know why back in the before times when somebody would sneeze and they would cover their mouth?
Yeah.
Same principle. It's why people just don't sneeze into other people's faces.
Speak for yourself.
Well, Mary does, but she's Callie Mayer now.
Callie Mayer, sneeze in your mouth.
Hey, can we do the Poundcake Rock trivia for today?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that. That'd be a good palate cleanser, right? Poundcake got a Rolling Stone Rock Trivia of the Day calendar for Christmas from young Bill Squire, and so we've been taking a crack at these and
still waiting on
mostly whiffing. What's that?
Still waiting on a present from you.
Yeah, keep waiting. Anywho,
okay. So for today, Monday, January 24th, what was the biggest hit written by Albert Hammond, father of Albert Hammond Jr. of the Strokes?
Oh, I thought it was a Strokes question at first.
So, this one actually has 5. A, B, C, D, or E.
Oh, wow.
All the above.
Okay. So, A, The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Nope.
B, Hot Child in the City. C, Jackie Blue.
Oh, God.
D, It Never Rains in Southern California. Cali Mare. And then E, off the boogaloo. Off the boogaloo.
Bungaloo.
Boogaloo.
That's when you live in a small far-right household.
Back off boogaloo.
I'm going to go Hot Child in the City.
No, I know it's not that. I'm going to go with It Never Rains in... What was it? What was the California one?
It Never Rains in Southern California.
I'm going to go with It Never Rains in Southern California.
I'm going to go with the Boogaloo one.
The Boogaloo one?
Bungaloo.
What was the Boogaloo Bungaloo one?
Back off boogaloo.
Back off Boogaloo. Okay.
Back off Boogaloo.
What is it?
Mary, did you guess?
Yeah, I said a Hot Child in the City.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't hear it. Okay, well, Alan was right. D, It Never Rains in Southern California.
Yeah, those other ones are all other people. A process of elimination.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew. Because, like, Edmund Fitzgerald, that was...
Gordon Lightfoot. Yeah, Back Off Boogaloo's Ringo Starr.
Oh, is that?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't even know that. I never even heard of that song, so...
And then Hot Child in the City, I don't know who that is, but it was someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I didn't know these questions, like, really...
They really go deep.
Kicking your ass, yeah.
They're hard.
Yeah.
What was yesterday's? Give me yesterday's.
You mean the weekend?
The Sunday?
Yeah, because they have Saturday, Sunday, they split it. Each of these, it's a Bob Dylan one.
No, give me this. I know more Bob Dylan. Give me the Saturday one. Or is it
it's
the
one,
same?
It's both.
Oh, it's the same. Okay,
Saturday,
go ahead.
Sunday.
All right.
Each of these Bob Dylan songs were recorded at the Basement Tapes session, except A, I Shall Be Released, B, Quinn and the Eskimo, C, Knocking on Heaven's Door, D, You Ain't Going Nowhere.
Quinn.
Jesus.
You ain't going nowhere. I don't know. I don't know anything about Bob Dylan.
Give me the other ones.
I Shall Be Released, Knocking on Heaven's Door.
This precedent that I got him to make him look dumb is really having the opposite effect.
It really is, yes.
Yeah, A, I Shall Be Released, B, Quinn the Eskimo, C, Knocking on Heaven's Door, D, You Ain't Going Nowhere.
God, You Ain't Going Nowhere is the only one I know is on there. Which ones are on accept? I'm going to say Knocking on Heaven's Door. I don't know.
Bill?
That was what I said.
Mary?
I said Quinn.
Gosh, okay, Alan, you're 2 for 2. Knocking on Heaven's Door.
Hey,
I got
and Bill, too.
I got a
Bill
one.
got it?
I got a one.
Yeah, all right, good.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Stupid Bob Dylan. He probably paid to have it on here. Like
he's an American treasure. So that's the weekend question, right?
Yeah, they combine Saturday and Sunday. It's 22, 23.
Gotcha. Well, thank you. All right, well, I had a lucky day. Alan Cox Show After Hours line, anytime you want to call us there, you can do that. The number is 216-986-89... Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. I got to go through and find where I am here. Yeah, okay, there we go. 216-986-8903.
Hey, Alan. I was listening to your Friday's show, and somebody said something about a bottle. It had something to do with vaginas. But I had a friend of mine right out of high school, got a job at a recycling place in Canton here, and he used to tell me the stories about what they told him. You know, the old days when we had, before 2 liters, when we had the glass bottles for like Pepsi and Coke and stuff like that, I guess girls used to masturbate with the old bottles. And then they would take those to the recycling place and stuff. I mean, I've heard all kinds of crazy stories about that. I just thought you guys get a kick out of that. So, all right, hate the show. Take care.
Pepsi and Coke hitting the spot. Yeah. Are there still grown people who walk around and believe those stories from junior high? I think that's what's going on there. Does that still happen? Those are all
I thought that's why it was called pop.
Those are stories you hear in junior high, like she couldn't find anything else, and so she grabbed a Coke bottle.
Yeah, but then if you know anybody that's worked in an emergency room, you know some of these stories are true. It's just usually a dude putting it up his butt.
Right.
Can I? Okay, another question. And sorry, this one is for you, Mary, because you're the only
Can't
one
wait.
I can.
Better you than me.
Can a woman take her own virginity by using like a dildo or something like that? Like
It depends on what you think taking the virginity is. My mom punished me and grounded me for 3 months because she said that
your tampon. I forgot about this story.
I used a tampon, and she said that I lost my virginity to the tampon because it popped the hymen.
Did it at least buy you dinner?
Yeah, right. She was very upset with me for that.
But how does she know it popped the hymen?
she doesn't. But she's saying the only thing that belongs in there is a penis once you're married to it. But
wait, so
we're not just penises.
Yeah.
So she didn't even know.
married, she knew that I used a tampon, but I mean, she didn't take me into.
So she would just.
or anything.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So she was just anti-tampon.
Well, because she believed that it took your virginity, and she believed that you were meant to be a virgin until you were married.
It's like the other. There were people who didn't want their or their daughter would go, "Oh, I didn't have sex with a boy. I was riding a horse."
Yeah.
It just popped.
But I would say, is it that easy to pop a hymen? Like I'm really ignorant.
It's not hard. It's just a lot of girls don't have anything
Does it
that
hurt?
far. I don't up there.
Aren't these things that you learned in junior high?
I don't
in
remember
school?
what I learned in junior high.
But these are such broad questions. I would think that some of it might.
They don't teach you stuff like that. They teach you literally the basics so you don't make a child.
Yeah, these
like,
are the basics. Hymens are basics.
No, it wasn't. I didn't learn a girl had like fluid down there. Like I didn't know. They didn't tell you that in junior high. They never said anything about secretion or anything like that.
Secretion.
It's not really a secretion. I mean, it's.
That's how he's gonna. So he's like, yeah, give me your secretion.
They only talked about a man's because that's what sperm makes a baby. They didn't say anything about a woman's because there's no purpose for it other than to lubricate. So they didn't talk about it.
That's a big purpose, though.
But they didn't. Do you remember talking about how?
I think they mentioned that it does.
They didn't mention it was self-lubricating. They did not mention that.
I had a lot more. You probably zoned
Was
out.
it? Yeah.
Though,
And also, was the
interested in it.
shop
Yeah.
teacher teaching sex ed? Like who was?
No.
All right, get in there and teach him sex ed, Frank. Yeah. All right.
I really don't remember.
Guys, keep it in your pants.
And the fact that you didn't, like, you had no interest in them, so you weren't really excited about them. So, like, even if it was like locker room talk or whatever, like the idea of wet was in my brain as long as I can kind of remember.
Slapping sounds.
I forgot. That's what girls like. They like when you say, "Are you secreting right now?"
Are you secreting?
Put the secret in secretion. I'm not telling you. All right, listen. I hate to move on from this scintillating question, but I must. I'll have Slipknot tickets for you, as promised, all week around 5:20. Those tickets to see the Slipknot Knotfest Road Show. They get to the Robo Fijo in April with a couple of other bands. So if you want to go, I'll hang those out for you to grab after the break. And then 5:30 is going to be the next chance for you to grab $1,000 and go fund yourself.